Okay, so we're going to go over the Chapter 3 study guide. Off to the side in the little boxes, you'll see where you can find how to solve these or those specific problems in your notes. And so it's just telling you 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, or 3.4. The first one is from topic 3.4, or 3.1, my bad. And so it's just asking you to list the terms. And so remember, the terms are separated by an addition or subtraction sign. And if it's a subtraction sign, we keep that like it's a negative. So our terms, we have -9, we have x squared, we have negative, maybe if it'll let me write, negative 3x squared, and then we have 4x. So there are 4 terms. Our like terms are the ones that are that have the same variable. So this one has an x, but it doesn't have a exponent. So this one is not like any of the other ones that have an x, and this one doesn't have an x at all. So our only like terms in this case would be x squared and negative 3x squared, because they both have an x squared attached. So they both have this little x squared next to them. Okay, so then for number 2, this is also 3.1. This is when we box and circle. So everything with an H and everything without an H is going to be circled. And so now that we boxed and circled, we are going to combine like terms. So we have negative 7.7 plus 9.9. These are different signs, so we subtract 9.9 minus 7.7 is 2.2. For our boxes, we have 4.5h plus a negative 2.1h. These are also different signs, so we subtract 4.5 minus 2.1, and we get 2.4h. So our answer is 2.4h plus 2.2. So that whole thing is our answer. For number 3, again, we can box and circle because we have this addition sign here, which means that we can just drop those parentheses. So that's what we're going to do. And then we need to combine like terms. So we are going to box in everything with an x, and we're going to circle everything without an x. So we have negative 3 plus negative 11. Those are the same sign, so we add and we keep the sign, so we get negative 13. And then we have 5/8 x plus 1/4 x. But we can't add those until they have common denominators. So we're going to multiply by 2 to our second fraction, and that gives us 5/8 x plus 2/8 x. So we get 7/8 x. So my answer, I'm going to put my answer up here. Sorry, it's kind of not that organized. But I have 7/8 x minus 13. And that is my answer. For number 4, we are going to first distribute through the parentheses. So negative 4.1 times p is just negative 4.1p plus negative 1.4 times 2 gives us negative 2.8, and then we have plus 9.4 that we just bring down. I'm now going to box and circle. So there's nothing with a p, but I can combine these two. So I have negative 2.8 plus 9.4. Those are different signs, so we subtract. 9.4 minus 8.2 is 6.6. So my answer is negative 1.4p plus 6.6. I don't know what I did to my screen. All right, find the GCF. This is from 3.4. And so the GCF is what number goes into 9 and 15. So we have 9, we have 1 and 9 goes into 9, and 3 goes into 9. For 15, we have 1 and 15, or we have 3 and 5. So the number that goes into both of them is 3. So my GCF equals 3. So I'm now going to divide by 3 in my original problem. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. Keep my x. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Keep my y. And then on the outside, I put that GCF. And that is my answer. For number 6, it's very similar. The only difference is they are telling you what to divide by. So they are telling us to divide by negative 2.1. So 10.5 divided by 2.1 gives us negative 5b, because a positive divided by a negative gives us a negative. A negative divided by negative gives us a positive. And then 18.9 divided by 2.1 gives us 9. I put that in parentheses. And then the thing that I divided by goes on the outside. So this is my answer. For number 7, this one's a little bit more simple. So we have to take all of these, and we're going to add them all up, because it says that each person in a group buys a movie ticket, a drink, and popcorn. So everybody's going to buy this. So we are going to do 7.50 plus $3 for our drink plus $4 for our popcorn. And we get $14.50. So now it says that there are 4 people in the group. So since there's 4 people in the group, we're going to multiply this by 4. And so my answer is $58. So this is how much the whole group would spend if they each bought a ticket, popcorn, and a drink. All right, number 8, find the sum. So there's an addition sign in between, which means we can ignore the parentheses. And so we can just go straight to box and circle. So we have 5x plus 1x, that gives us 6x. Negative 6 plus 8, those are different signs. So I'm going to subtract and I get 2. So my answer is 6x plus 2. For number 9, we have to just box and circle. There's not a whole lot that they're asking us to do here. So we have negative 5x plus 2x. Those are different signs. We subtract, we get 3x, and that'll be negative. And then we have 8 plus negative 15. Those are different signs. So we subtract and we get negative 7. So our answer is negative 3x minus 7. For number 10, this is just like what we just did in 3.4. We're going to find that GCF again. So we have 6 and we have 27. So the factors of 6 would be 1 and 6, and 2 and 3. For 27, we have 1 and 27, or we have 3 and 9. So what number goes into both of them? A 3 does. So we have 3 on the, we're going to divide by 3 from both terms. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Keep our x. Negative 27 divided by a positive 3 gives us a negative 9. And then on the outside goes my GCF. And so this is my answer. 3 times the quantity, 2x minus 9. For number 11, there's a subtraction sign, which means we need to do keep, change, change. So we have 2x minus 8. Change the subtraction to addition, and then you flip the sign of both of the terms in the second set of parentheses. So the opposite of x is negative x. The opposite of positive 5 is negative 5. And now I'm going to box and circle. So I have 2x minus x, so 2 minus 1 gives me 1x. And negative 8 plus negative 5, same sign, we add and we keep the sign. That gives us 13, it'll be negative. So my answer is x minus 13. For number 12 and 13, these will be on the test. There's actually only going to be one problem like this on the test. And so what you are doing is you're trying to find the mistakes. So this was a student's first step. This is their second step, their third step, and this is their answer. And so we are going to figure out, well, where did they mess up? It says describe the error. This is not a trick question. There is a mistake. And if you do the process and you get the same answer as them, then you made the same mistake. So really make sure that you are focused and you're paying attention to all the signs and all the steps to make sure that you guys don't make the same mistake that they did. So the easiest way to solve this is to first solve it yourself. So this is our original problem. So we have 4x plus 8 plus 3 times the quantity x minus 4. So what you're going to do is solve it yourself, and then you're going to compare it to their next step. So we have to distribute the 3. So 3 times 1x is 3x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And then you just bring down the things that you haven't used yet. So now this is my second step. Let's compare it to their second step. So we both had a 4x, we both had plus 8, we both have plus 3x. Oh, here is where we have a different answer. So they have negative 4, we have negative 12. They forgot to distribute. So they forgot to distribute to negative 4. And so that is their mistake, and that's what you would write on the test. So let's do number 13. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. I'm going to distribute by 7. So everything inside the first set of parentheses, 7 times 1 is 7. X, 7 times 3 is negative 21. Then I take this negative 2 and I'm going to distribute that to the next set of parentheses. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. So now let's compare that to their step 2. We both have 7x. We both have minus 21. We both have minus 2x. Oh, here is where they messed up. So they forgot to multiply by negative 2 to the second number. So they forgot to multiply by that negative 2, and therefore it should have been a negative 10, not a positive 10.